Hey everybody, this is Eric Worre and welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com. At our recent GoPro Recruiting Mastery event, we had Nick Sarnicola as one of our keynote speakers. He did a 1-hour talk that was just absolutely amazing. And I will tell you, I'm going to show you a quick clip, but you know one of the things that gets me most excited is a little distinction, a little idea, one little concept that I can use to improve training others, use to improve inspiring other people, use to kind of in my skill set. I could just add it to my skill sets, like putting it in a backpack. And he had one of those distinctions, one simple little 3-minute part of his talk that was so powerful. And you know what? As I thought back to my career and many of the other top earners' careers, his distinction holds up. It really does. It's the difference, one of the small things that the top earners do that's different from the people who are not top earners. So I want you to check that out, and I'll be back at the end of this little clip, give you a few more comments.
How many of you guys have taught, because I know all of you guys have heard, how many of you guys have taught this before? You got to find your why. Raise your hand. You got to find your why. You got to find your... Okay. I have since left teaching that because everyone thinks that this is their why and that's their why. What's your why? I really want to help people. So let me get this straight. You're going to call people 24/7, 365, nonstop, around the clock because you really want to help. I'm not so sure that's what's really going to move you. It'll make you feel good, but I'm not so sure, right? It sounds great, but I'm not so sure. So here's what I personally teach now. What is your desperate why? What is your desperate why? And there's a difference between, well, I'm doing this because, you know, they're great people and we have a good time and I just want to make some money and I just want to help people and, you know, it's just good. No. I want something that's desperate. I bet you if you interview all of, you know, the million-a-year earners that are in the room, you're going to find a point where a desperate why set in. And it was desperate. I heard individuals, you know, that were speaking earlier that talked about, look, we were being evicted. We were hiding our last car. Like, these are desperate, that's a desperate reason to take massive action. And many of you go around talking to people, what's your why? What's your why? And they're like, well, I want, and they're like, what's your why? You're like, I just want to help people. And that's what we say to everybody in our team, but you're not desperate about that. Now, there might be one person in your team that you're like, wow, it's such a bad situation. I desperately must get them across the finish line. But I need you guys to establish what your desperate why is. Guys, what gets you up in the morning to build this business? What gets you up? Like, what makes you want to go, let me at somebody. Let me read these scripts. Let me call 100 people. If there's a mall somewhere, they're in trouble today. You know what I mean? Like, what gets you up in the morning? Do you even know yet? Have you established that yet? Because you have to. What inspires you? I heard that word earlier, from Mike Sims. What inspires you? If you're not inspired, how could you inspire anyone else to take action? There's no way you could. How could you recruit somebody else to take action and inspire them to make a change in their life if you're not inspired? You must be inspired first. What moves you and what are you passionate about? See, it's so easy. Can I have you stand up real quick? Yeah, absolutely. This is what passion looks like right here. I heard her when I was sitting in the back of the room earlier on stage. This is what passion looks like. Like, I was in the last seat in the house, and I was blown back in my chair by her pure passion. It comes out in her voice. Of course people are going to follow her. Of course people are going to listen. And a lot of you guys going, well, of course, she makes so much money. That's why she's so passionate. Wrong. She makes so much money because she got a desperate why that she told you guys and then got really passionate and then made a bunch of money. Right? That's how it works. You've got to establish this first. All of these things before you're going to, have this huge, thriving organization and be putting dozens of personal recruits in a day. What drives you?
What drives you? This concept of your desperate why. That was true for me. It's true for most top earners in network marketing that I know of. As I've gone through my little mental inventory, all of them had a desperate why. They had a reason that was so strong, so desperate, so aggressive, that they had to face their fear. They had to overcome their insecurities. They had to develop the skills necessary to be able to move all the way to the top. So what's your desperate why? If you don't have one, I agree with Nick. It's going to be difficult for you to face your fear and go do the things that other people aren't willing to do. If you do have one, the rest of it gets easy. So think about that. Think about something that drives you so strong that it'll move you to face your fears, overcome your insecurities, face whatever adversity comes at you. The entire Nick Sarnicola interview is going to be available on the home study course. It's going to be released on January 1st. We'll give you more information about that as we get closer to January 1st in video and audio form. I promise you, the entire hour is awesome. But I hope you enjoyed this brief clip. And ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional. You decide to go pro, because it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.